What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of the occupation. I got a very special guest is on with me today, as she has been a voiceover actress for the past 3+ years. She has also been a singer as well. And we're going to talk to Jenna Rose Stein. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into media and voiceover acting. And we're also going to talk to her about her why of singing as well. And we're going to ask her some get to know you questions as well. So without any further ado, I introduce you the talented, the hardworking, and the beautiful Jenna. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm
No,
excited.
thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for agreeing. I really do appreciate that, Jenna. And listen, my first question to you is the same as it always is with everybody that comes on here on this podcast. And it's very simple. What is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into the media space as a voiceover actress and also as a singer?
Well, the why is that I've always felt compelled to create and perform.
Mm.
Since I was very, very small. I think I was in my first play when I was 4. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and my sisters and cousins would put on plays and for the family at every holiday get together. My sister would write them and direct them, and we would all argue over who would get to be the princess, usually. But we were doing that from such a young age. I'm pretty sure my mom says I could sing before I could talk. I was dancing before I could walk, sort of a thing.
Right.
Um, and it started with singing. It really started with singing. I always loved music.
Mm.
Um, by the time I was in 6th grade, I was in the Cleveland Orchestra Children's Chorus. So
Wow.
I auditioned and I got to sing with the Cleveland Orchestra on stage at their Christmas concert. And I got to sing with the Cleveland Orchestra and the Cleveland Orchestra Chorus when they were putting on operas. And it was so cool. And so that was kind of my first taste of performance at that level.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after that, I was kind of hooked. And I was like, well, I have to perform now. This is what my life is going to be. So I went to college I went to Sarah Lawrence College where we don't have majors.
Right.
Uh, but I studied theater and music and mathematics because I also love mathematics. And I also studied Italian because I wanted to study singing in Italy.
Okay.
I did spend 1 month in Siena, Italy, studying opera uh, during my college years. And all of that just came together. And at the end of it, my goal originally was Broadway.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
Mm.
Broadway is hard.
It
And
is very hard.
living in New York City was scary to me. But I also had this little inkling way back in my 20s that voice acting could also be a great way to both sing, because, Disney princesses, all of that,
Hmm.
and also be able to share the emotions in a way that is different from the on stage, where I get the immediate feedback from all the audience, but can still be just as fulfilling. So I started with that inkling in my 20s. I even, on a whim, went to the Anime Idol voiceover competition and ended up going to the finals in New York.
Okay, now.
Um,
All right.
yeah, it was real fun and I had a blast and I didn't win, but the guy gave me his card at the end.
Yeah.
And then I was a very insecure 21-year-old. And I did
Mm.
not call him because I thought I had to have all my ducks in a row before I called
Right.
the guy.
Right.
So fast forward a couple decades, and I finally decided I have the ability to figure out how to get my ducks in a row.
Sure.
I am a grown woman. I can figure this out. And the
Hmm.
technology had changed enough that I could figure it out. I had the internet. I had online classes I could take. I started with Gravy for the Brain, just giving me all of the basics for how to build my studio, how to how the performance is slightly different when you have a microphone. What kind of microphone do you even need? All
Right.
of that, and where to find auditions and all of that. And I've been training and going to voiceover conferences ever since. And as you said, booking for over 3 years now. So it's just turned into my thing.
I love it. I love it. I am absolutely fascinated by you, and the reason why I am is because you have such a great story, and the reason why your why is very important, and as everybody's why is important, but your why is very important as well because it's like it's one of those things where you have to go through some trials and tribulations throughout your life to be able to bounce back to where you are now, right? As you said, as a 21-year-old, you just didn't know it all. We think we know it all at
Oh,
21 years
yeah.
old. We think we
I
do.
thought I had it all together, but I also knew that I was terrified.
Right, right, because you just never know with the unknown. The unknown, you just never know, and that's a terrifying thing when you feel like you have it all figured out, and you feel like, man, I think that this is gonna go this way, but what if it doesn't go this way? Like, what am I gonna do, right? But now, as you get older, I don't know if it's for you, Jenna, but as I've gotten older, because I'm in my upper 30s now, um, life has kind of slowed down for me. And what I mean by that is that I'm able to make better decisions. I'm able to be more wiser about things that I do, my surroundings,
Mm.
choices, family, just people in my life, jobs, location, like just stuff like that. Just being able to be more cognitive of what I'm doing and who is it affecting and just decision making. Would you say the same for you as you've gotten older that life has kind of slowed down to the point where you are not making rushed decisions or you're feeling overwhelmed?
The rush decisions part, definitely. I feel
Okay.
like I am no longer trying to figure out all of the details.
Right.
So many things are like, okay, yeah, I've done this before. I can do this again.
Sure.
And becoming a parent definitely makes you
Mm,
know how to make decisions because
no
there are certain
question.
things where you just have to choose, and it is very important to the life of this tiny person.
No
You have
question.
to make those choices, and you have to be able to figure things out on a dime. Um,
Mhm.
and because of that, I think that I've gotten used to those being in charge and adulting things.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, it's a lot like I can just stay in my routine and find out what my routine should be and take those steps forward and make a plan and yeah, that's easier now when I don't
I
have
love it.
all of the other background stuff that's new.
Right. Absolutely. You touched upon it. You said you went to Sarah Lawrence College, but you also went to the George Washington University for your master's, if I'm not mistaken. I want to know, out of those two schools, were those your first choices, or were there a plethora of schools that you wanted to go to? And what made you choose those two particular schools?
Well, for Sarah Lawrence, I think my top two were Sarah Lawrence and Baldwin Wallace. Baldwin Wallace is near Cleveland, and they have a really good musical theater program. And there are very few musical theater programs, or at least there were in late 90s, early 2000s. Very few musical theater programs. Um, I didn't get it. I got into the college, but not into the program.
Right,
Um, Sarah Lawrence also had a great theater program, but it wasn't an audition to get in because they don't have majors. They don't have, it's a build your own program sort of a thing.
right.
And I knew that Sarah Lawrence was just a really cool, different way of doing college because my older sister went there.
Okay.
Um, and she was drawn into it by their pamphlet that said, "You are different, so are we." And
Wow.
it's a very different school. Um, Small classes around a round table sort of a situation. Uh, it's a really neat school. I loved going there. Um, uh, GW, the choice was because of a program that they had partnering with Montgomery County Public Schools.
Okay.
My goal was I want to be a math teacher now. I was at a point in my life where I was going to make a turn. I had been trying to do live theater with some success. I'd done several professional productions, but it
Right.
wasn't paying the bills. So I
Right.
also had to do other things, and I'd been teaching for Kaplan test prep for a while.
Right.
Um, I thought, you know what? I enjoy being in front of a classroom. Maybe that can be my turn. And I knew that math was one of my favorite subjects other than the creative arts. So I went to GW because they had a master's program partnering with Montgomery County Public Schools. And I was almost guaranteed a job with Montgomery County Public Schools at the end of the program. And it was a very intense, like, year and a half long program where after the first 3 months, I was in a classroom as a student teacher. And after 6 months, I had my own classroom. And then I
Wow.
was continuing to go to classes in my first year as a teacher. It was intense,
Right.
but it was really good. And because of the partnership, it was a little bit cheaper. And and in it, then I taught for Montgomery County Public Schools for 6 years, 8 years, depends on what you count, because I also took a year off for uh, maternity leave. So
Sure. Sure. That makes sense. No question. Okay. I love that, Jenna. I really do. Now, I got this bonus question before I start asking you some favorite questions. And bonus question is, I'm a huge musical theater buff. In high school, I acted in two plays, which was Les Miserables, and also High School Musical, which obviously that blew up. Obviously, High School Musical is much more modern. Les Miserables about the French Revolution, but I'm really big into musical stuff. I told you, Wicked is one of my favorites. I want you to give me like a top five of what your musical theater plays would be, and I'll give you my top five.
oh goodness. The first one I truly fell in love with, Into the Woods.
That's a
Sonically.
good one. That's a good one. Hmm.
Um, we had that on VHS growing up. I
I know exactly what you're
had the
talking about.
whole thing memorized. I loved it.
Hmm.
So Into the Woods, incredible. Loved
Okay.
it. It was also my first introduction to the idea of, okay, these are the fairy tales, and now let's do a dark twist, which became much
Okay.
more popular a couple decades after it came out. But
Sure.
yeah, so that's one of my favorites.
Hmm.
Let's see, and there's so many good ones out there.
Mm.
This one might be a little bit controversial. Peter Pan. That's another
Wow.
one from my childhood that I
Yeah.
loved. Absolutely loved that. I think it was the 1962 movie of the play.
Mm.
And I still sing Tender Shepherd to my daughters as a lullaby. But I
That's
also
pretty
know that
good.
it's a little controversial, especially that one with the blonde Indians being very stereotypical. Uh, yeah.
Sure. Sure.
But Pirates and Indians and back then, but yeah, great music. And
Okay.
Hook is chef's kiss. Uh,
Absolutely. No question. One of my favorite movies. No question.
yes. Other good ones. Well, you gotta have Wicked.
Oh,
It's
sure.
just,
Absolutely.
that was actually my first date with my husband.
Yeah.
Was actually our friends won that lottery to be in the front row, and gave us the tickets because we'd all
Wow.
entered the lottery and they won and gave us the tickets because it was our first date.
That's
We didn't get
badass.
any sushi
I
as
love
thank
that.
you. But yeah, I love the themes of it. I love the music is gorgeous. Um, so gotta love Wicked. I know it's
Yeah.
come back, so it seems
Right.
very pertinent, but I've loved that for ages.
Give me two
If I
more.
I recently started enjoying Come From Away.
Oh, that's a new one. I have not heard of that one.
Come From Away is based on a real story of how all these planes that were in the air on 9/11 had to be redirected. And lots of them were redirected to this huge airport on this almost abandoned, like there were just tiny towns on it, island in Newfoundland, where it used to be that planes would have to land there to refuel, but now the
Okay.
planes don't need to refuel anymore, so that nobody lands there anymore because it's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And it's all of these planes from all over the world, and all of the people on these planes, and all of the people from the town rising up to help during that time.
Mm.
And the actors all play several characters by just like putting on a hat or a vest and changing their accent, and it's just a wonderful story of humanity coming together in a very hard time.
I'll have to check that out. That's definitely on the bucket list now.
It's very good. I think it's on Apple TV.
Okay.
Um, but I
Mm.
actually went to college with one of the people who was in the original cast of that. Very good musical.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one's a good one. Ooh, one more.
Hmm.
Matilda.
That's a very good classic movie. No question.
Yeah.
No question. You gave some
Um,
great
yeah, Matilda's very good. Uh, I uh, I loved the book growing up.
ones. Hmm.
I loved the '90s movie, and then I was introduced to the musical, and it's just perfection. And the music is very tricky, with lots of different um, changes in the time signature and such. But
Sure.
it's worth it to learn it. It's very good.
I love it. I do. I love that selection of those five. I really do because they're intriguing. And I agree. Those are some very good plays. I have a different set of five though.
Oh,
Like, well,
tell me.
except I would say except Wicked. We both agree on Wicked, but I do have the other four. I would
Oh, can
say.
I add one more
Um,
that's also
sure. Go ahead.
controversial?
Sure.
Avenue Q. It's
Oh,
so funny.
okay.
It's so irreverent,
Okay.
but it's so funny.
Mhm. Okay, okay, I like that. I do. I like that. You know what? That is a good one. That is a very good one. Yes, like I said, I'm a huge musical buff. But
Tell me.
my number one, Jenna, without question is Hairspray. Hairspray is my number one. Like I sing "Without Love" with all of my heart. I
Mhm.
sing "Good Morning Baltimore" with all my heart. So it's just right, right. It's
Mhm.
just so boppy and it's so catchy. I love it. So Hairspray's one. Um, Annie is another one. Annie is one of my favorites. The City Is
It's fun.
Yours. It's just classic. I love Annie. I really do. I love the older one, but I also love um the Jamie Foxx one, the recent
Mhm.
one that he came out with. So I love that. Love that version. I don't know if this one could be a musical or not, but I really call it a musical. The Greatest Showman is definitely one of my favorite movies, musical wise.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman put on a hell of a performance.
He is
Uh,
so talented. I,
so
mhm.
talented, and the entire cast is really, really good. One of my definitely favorite movies, The Greatest Showman, for sure. Um, I would say another movie that really got my attention, probably Mamma Mia. Mamma
Mhm.
Mia is definitely one of my favorites as well. Obviously, I was much more of a fan when I saw the movie, because I didn't know much about it. But when I saw the movie, I got hooked on it. I got hooked on it for sure. I did, and I cannot not go on without saying this musical, and that's Hamilton. Lin
I
Manuel is just one of
definitely
the best.
was like, do I do? It was on
Right.
the tip of my tongue as one of them, but
Right.
it's
Right.
very good. It's
Hmm.
very good.
Absolutely, no question about it. And that listen, and we are huge musical buffs because there's West Side Story, there's Jersey Boys, there's so many other
Ooh,
very good musicals.
Secret Garden.
I
Love
heard
Secret
about that.
Garden so
I
much.
have not seen it, but I've heard about that. I've
That
heard
one
about
that
that.
one is I've never actually seen it, but I love the soundtrack. It's just because I also trained in opera,
Hmm.
and it is one of those musical theaters where some of it is more of the what they call legit singing as
Right,
opposed to like the more poppy singing that's popular in musical theater today, or the old-fashioned belting.
right.
Um there's this the Ghost of Lily has a song of it's the, come to my garden, rest there in my arms.
Oh
It's
my
just
goodness.
so gorgeous and haunting and oh, lovely.
Girl, you gonna have me blush in a minute. You know how hard that is with pigmentation like this, with skin like mine. Okay, now. Come on now. I like that. That's what's up. All right. I'm with you on that. I want to ask you some favorite questions, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions, Jenna. Okay, so here we
Okay.
go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
I do like to cook. Um Japanese curry. Japanese curry
Okay.
rice. I love
Okay, I'm with
making
you
the
on
meal.
that.
I love eating it. It's delicious.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a huge I would say I'm a huge like shrimp fried rice. I love that. I'm a huge
Mhm.
carnivore too though. So I like a good steak as well. Medium rare
Yeah.
steak, very good.
Yeah.
So good. Love it. Okay, here we go. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
AJR last summer. That
That's
was
a
an
damn
easy
good
one
group.
because I have not actually attended that many concerts that people would consider concerts, other than like being in the ones with the Cleveland Orchestra.
Hmm.
Um, but the AJR concert last summer that I took my daughter to, it was her first concert. It was awesome.
AJR is a very good group. No question about it. I should say. Panic at the Disco. Every time I hear AJR, I think of Panic at the Disco. I'm not sure if you know who that group is, but that's also one of my favorite groups as well. But I would say one of my favorite concerts that I ever went to, um, for sure. If we want to talk about bands, is Metallica. I'm a huge
Mhm.
Metallica fan.
Nice.
Enter the Sandman is definitely one of my favorite albums. No question about it. Mm. It definitely was a great concert by them for sure. Okay.
Nice.
Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
I think Siena, Italy.
Mm.
I spent a month with a home base in Siena, Italy, and then traveling around to different hill towns in Tuscany.
Okay.
And stepping into the town of Siena is like stepping back in time
Wow. Okay.
because in like 1400 it was the same size as Florence.
Right.
And then they backed the bankers and Florence backed the church, and the church won and Florence kept growing and Siena stayed the same size. And it's still the same. The roads are the cobblestone. It's gorgeous. It's fun.
I'm definitely gonna have to get some recommendations for you because I've never been to Italy before. I just got my passport, so I'm definitely gonna
Nice.
be traveling all different kinds of places. No question about that. And Italy is definitely gonna be a stop. So I love that. I'm a
If you can
sports
make it during
person.
the
Don't know about
Palio, it's a horse race that's
you.
happened going on for like 500 years
Hmm.
every summer. It's a bareback horse race around the center of town. Very dangerous, but very fun to watch.
Okay, I will keep that in mind, Jenna. I appreciate that. Appreciate that nugget. I'm a sports person. Not sure if you are, but I'm going to ask you a two-part sports question. So here we go.
Okay.
Favorite sport you like to watch on TV. Favorite sport you like to attend in person. They could be the same sport.
Okay, watch on TV figure skating.
Okay. Okay.
Olympic figure skating is really
I
fun
like
to
it.
watch.
I love it. I love it. Now, what about going to one live?
Going to live. I don't really go to many sports live. Does ballet count?
Ballet can count. Yeah, I would say
I
ballet's a
love going to
sport
the
for sure.
ballet. It
For
is so
sure.
hard what they do up on stage. I did ballet for 15 years.
Oh
I could
wow.
never do the it is hard.
I can imagine. I definitely have a lot of respect for the ballet people. No question about that. I'm a huge basketball and football person. That's what I do. I believe you're in the DC area, so you are enshrined with a lot of professional teams out there, such as the Wizards, the Commanders, obviously for basketball and football, but you also got a lot of soccer teams, baseball, Nationals, and Baltimore near you as well. So you got a lot of sports
I
teams
know a
out
lot
there.
of folks near me who are big fans of the Caps, love the hockey.
Caps too. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, big time sports city. Obviously, a lot of respect and love out there for the DC people, for the 202 area, which is that's y'all area code, if I'm not mistaken, 202. So yeah, no doubt. Last of the favorites. I'm a huge foodie, so I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite restaurant to go out and eat at? Because the next time I come to DC, I definitely got to pull up to that restaurant.
All right. If you are north of DC in Rockville and you like Japanese food, there is this tiny little restaurant called Tamari. It has Japanese comfort food. It does not
Okay.
have Americanized sushi. It does not have Americanized um, Japanese food. It does not have a combination of Japanese and Korean or Japanese and Chinese. It has Japanese comfort food,
Okay.
and it is delicious. Tamari. So good.
Jamari. I'll definitely have to
Right
keep
on
that in
345
mind.
in Rockville.
No question. I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind. I mean, obviously, DC. I've been there a plethora of times. Union Station is like, I'm very familiar with Union Station for sure down there in the DC area. But next time I come, I'm definitely gonna have to say what's up to you. We'll probably have to grab some tomorrow or grab something. That would be amazing, Jenna. No doubt
It's
about
not
that. I
too
would
far
love
from the
that.
Rockville metro station.
Okay, I feel that. I
The,
love
the
it. I
DC
love
Metro
it.
does go up into Rockville, so.
Okay, I love that. I love to hear it.
Mhm,
Um, I want to ask you about your day to day because as a voiceover actress, you get a lot of scripts.
mhm,
You're in the booth. You're working
mhm,
with yourself. You're kind of building your business up.
mhm.
I've talked to different voiceover actresses before, where they're in the booth sometimes business like, or they're in the booth for longer hours. You have a family, husband, kids, stuff like that. But you also have to work long hours to perfect your craft and perfect what you're doing in the booth. So I
Yeah.
want you to give me a day-to-day process of how many scripts you go through a day. Do you have an agent that's looking for scripts for you, or do you kind of self get yourself out there? Or how many hours are you spending in the booth? What do you have to do to warm up your voice? Are you drinking tea? Are you doing major warm-ups? And like, how many days do you actually have to work a week?
So it kind of depends on the day, but
Mhm.
the routine I try to keep in the morning, get the kids out the door, warm up, especially first thing in the morning. I always have gunk. It's never quite good enough. I have to really warm up my lower register to get that gunk out. I
Right.
have to drink lots of tea. I start my day with a really large glass of water, and then I get my coffee to wake up, and then I get my decaf tea, and then I have my water in the booth that I sip on all day because I have to stay hydrated. Um, see, I think today I did 11 auditions. Um,
Wow.
Combination of online casting sites. I'm on Bidalgo, I'm on Voice123, I'm on voices.com. Um, Sometimes I'll get some from like production company rosters where like somebody's worked with me before and they're like, hey, we have this other thing that I think you might be good for. Can you try this out? Sometimes I get it from my agents. I have two different agents. I'm hoping to get a third one this year. We'll see what happens. Um,
Cool.
Two awesome agents. My most recent one is I'm with Lori Lynn's up in Chicago, and get some great auditions for my agents. Uh, I also I do audiobooks as addition in addition to like the short form stuff, whether it be commercials or internals or video games or whatever it might be. Um,
Right.
so audiobooks, if I am currently working on an audiobook, that's my afternoon. My morning is auditions, and my afternoon after lunch is I work on getting as many chapters in as possible or finishing the pickups for, oh, I mixed up this word in that one sentence and got to make that match with exactly the sentences on either side of it so it doesn't sound choppy and all of
Sure.
that. But that's my afternoon is working on either an audiobook if I'm in the middle of an audiobook, or maybe I'll have a directed session, or maybe I'll be doing the recording for another shorter job where they don't want me to they just want me to do self-directed and send them the job out. So morning is for auditions, afternoon is for the work that I have coming in. And
What would you say, like, how long would you work in like a day? What's your longest day of work?
longest,
Yeah.
I have had 10-hour days.
Mm.
But then I've also had days when there weren't very many auditions and I didn't have a book that I was working on at the time, and maybe I so I auditioned for a few hours and then I sent out a few marketing emails and posted something on LinkedIn, and that was my day. And then I had to go and take my daughter to a doctor's appointment or take them to and from their various after school things because I'm
Right.
also doing the mom thing, and that
Right.
takes up time. So,
No question, no question. And I love that breakdown, right? I love that breakdown. I really do appreciate it. But it's also a great segue, Jenna, because I want to ask you about work-life balance and also mental health. Now, in my profession of being a journalist, I've seen a lot of journalists step out of the industry because their mental health has been affected. I've seen a lot of journalists leave this industry because of their work-life balance. Journalism is every day. You work through holidays. You miss a lot of family time, friends time. You're covering stories, and at times I do have to travel. I have to travel to different places and go different places and stuff like that, and leave the city that I live in. I
mhm.
want you to tell me, how do you keep your mental health strong, but also still have that work life balance? Because you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. I certainly wouldn't mind hanging out with you, and I believe your family and friends feel the same way about you. I'm not breaking news here. But like you said, you have the wife thing, the mom thing. You also need Jenna time too, to yourself,
Yes,
free of kids and free of husband, free of everything, right? To yourself.
yes.
But you also have a business and working to build your business as a voiceover actor. So how do you keep that mental health strong and that work life balance without feeling overwhelmed or burnt out?
It's hard. Sometimes some days are easy, some days are hard. I think
Mm.
that's true with a lot of different businesses. Um, I am lucky that I have a career in something I am passionate about.
Right.
I am passionate about bringing life to words, whether that is in voiceover or in a song. I am passionate about that. But even when I'm passionate about it, there are days when I just don't want to get in the booth and I just want to tune out the entire world because it's just getting to be too much, and I'm worried about my daughter about one thing or another, or I'm worried about something else.
Mm.
Yoga helps, prayer helps, talking to my husband helps. Any sort of communication when I am feeling overwhelmed is important for me. Because if I can communicate, if I can get it off my chest, if I can bounce ideas off of someone or tell someone my worries and get their ideas back, that shared burden instead of a I'm taking it all on myself. Helps. The other thing that helps on those days when I'm not feeling motivated is having that routine. 9
Right.
a.m. I need to be in my booth. 9 a.m. I need to be checking to see what auditions are available today.
Right.
And that is where I have to be. I have my water, I have my tea, and that's where I have to be. And having that schedule that where I am needing to do that for myself. I'm not in my pajamas anymore, usually. I'm dressed and I'm working. Sometimes I'm in my pajamas, but I'm working.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
uh, so yeah, those are some of the things. And I will say that with voiceover, there is a definite discussion of work-life balance when it comes to travel. Technology is amazing these days. I have a travel rig. I have a
Absolutely.
separate microphone that is specifically, I use a shotgun microphone because it's very good at being extremely directional. So if there's other noises behind the microphone, it won't pick them up as much. And I have a whole other setup that I can take with me when I travel. I celebrated my mother's 70th birthday with me and my sisters and my mom, and we all went to California earlier this month, and it was
Wow.
amazing.
Okay.
And I got several auditions from my agents that week that needed to get done. And so when we got back to the hotel, I made a little booth with pillows and blankets and putting over the frame of the luggage rack on top of a table. And I put a blanket over my head and I had my microphone and I did my auditions
Wow.
because that's what you got to do. I know people who have had to find a local studio when they are traveling because they got the job and the pillow fort won't cut it. And there are certain aspects of certain genres that are more golden handcuffsy like that.
Right.
Promo, especially. I've heard political can be like that, especially in certain seasons where they're like,
Mhm.
hey, we need you to get this done in 15 minutes. Oh,
Right.
you're at the grocery store, go home now. Leave the food. This needs to be done. So, but then there are others where like I have an audiobook and it needs to be done within this time frame and I can plan.
I love
So
it.
there are different genres that have different levels of that, but deciding when to bring the travel rig and when to leave it at home, it's a case by case basis.
I like that. I do, and I really do appreciate the transparency because, like I said, I'm learning, right?
Mhm.
I'm learning about the life of a voiceover actress, and yes, I have spoken to different voiceover actresses or actors on here before, but everybody has a different process of things that they do and how they do it and how they go about it because everybody's life is different, right? So, one of the bonus questions I was going to ask you was about traveling because as you know you get some of these jobs in here sometimes it's very easy to do it remote and do it in the comfort of your own studio, but I want to know, do you have to ever travel for any kind of auditions? And then two, what was the process like as far as getting into classes and being able to bet on pretty much bet on yourself because you're investing in yourself? Like a lot of times people don't get started with this industry because of the cost, because the classes cost so much and different things of that nature. So can you expand and talk about that? Talk about, the cost of classes and getting started, but also the travel part as well. Do you ever see yourself traveling to different places?
So there are certain genre. It's all genre specific within voiceover.
Mhm.
If I wanted to stay in the realm of commercials and business to business videos and internals and e-learning, I would never have to leave this room.
Mm.
Video games and animation used to be only in a professional studio you have to travel to. COVID kind
Right.
of changed that a little bit. They realized,
Right.
oh, we can do this. There is the technology, there is Source Connect and all of those things to make it so that you can easily record from a distance, directed session, excellent quality. However, the big stuff, the Nickelodeon, the Disney, the AAA video games, most of that is still happening in LA. A lot of anime dubbing is happening in Dallas, and you have to be in studio for that.
Right.
For the auditions, no. It used to be, give it decade, 2 decades ago, you would have to go in and audition at a studio.
Right.
Auditions, you never have to go in for an audition, but I can definitely see something in the future where I would get a job that would require me flying to LA, or I would get a job that would require me flying to Dallas. And I would have to decide whether that was financially reasonable for me, whether that made sense for me for my time,
Sure.
based on
Oh
where I
yeah.
am in my life at that time. I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know what's going to be going on with my daughters. I don't know what's going to be going on with my husband's work. I have no idea. So I'm thinking about it, and I know it might happen. And I had at least one time where I did fly to LA on a relatively late notice for a business reason,
Right.
um, which I kind of used as a, let's see if I can do this. And I did
Sure.
it.
Sure.
It was crazy,
Absolutely.
but I
Right.
did it.
Well, listen, Jenna, you got to test the waters a little bit, right? You got to test the waters and be able to go out there because you are essentially betting on yourself, right?
Yes.
This is a self-made kind of company type of business that you're doing.
hmm And the other thing you were talking about was I didn't answer the cost of classes.
Right.
When I was first looking into how to become a voice actor, I kept on finding one-off classes that were $100, $200, and I'm like, I don't need a one-off class. I need a course. I
Right.
need to know all the things. Which I think I mentioned earlier. I started with Gravy for the Brain, which is a
Yep.
subscription service based in the UK for voice actors. And they have beginning, intermediate, advanced classes for voice actors. And with your monthly subscription, you get as much as you can get. They have an entire video library of, of previous workshops. They have lots of video classes in anything from how to set up a booth, how to build a booth, what are the basics of mic technique, what is it like doing an audiobook, what is the idea of doing commercial versus um, these other genres. And it just
Right.
gives you that introduction, and also has group workout classes several times a month, and you can go to as many as you can. And that's what I did. I binged everything I could do for Gravy for the Brain. Um, and even after I was done with their video classes, I was still going to several workouts and workshops every month to get as much information in as I could. And that was the best bang for my buck, because I had the ability to just focus all of my energy on getting as much information as I could, because I'm a Hermione, so
Sure.
just give me all the information.
Right.
Um, and so I started with that. And once I got to a certain level, I was able to audition and start making money, and I was able to then invest back in the business again. I was able to get a one-on-one coach who could help not just with my performance, but also with specifically guiding me of like, where's the next place you can go business wise? What are some
Right.
things that you may not have been thinking about?
Right.
Um, and then I started going to voiceover conferences. And that is another place where you can just binge and get all of the information at once. which was awesome. And it's also great for the work-life balance we were talking about before, because this can
Mhm.
be a lonely business because I am talking to myself in a padded room all day. So going to a voiceover conference not only gives me the knowledge, but it also gives me the connection that you don't always feel when the performance is going into a microphone, as opposed to out to a live audience where you're performing on stage with other people and the technicians are right there next to you,
Right.
helping you out. Um, so conferences for that interpersonal connection and the knowledge, and that's how I've done it. And I will say, I built my first booth for under $1,000.
That's definitely not that bad at all. That's pretty good. Pretty solid. I like that. I want to ask this next question again because this also leads into a great segue of another question. Like I said, we talked about work-life balance and mental health. Those things are very important to ask about because we all have those days, Jenna. There's no question about it. We can't escape those. Everybody has tough days. But what is some advice that you would give an individual that wants to become a voiceover actress, actor, that wants to do the same thing that you do, but maybe a little hesitant, like we talked about before? What kind of advice would you give an individual that wants to do the same occupation that you're doing?
Do you have the passion? Do you have a need to create? Is it something that you can do where you can either dive in head first like I did and get all of the information at once, or if that's not where you are in your career and you need to have your full time, and then you can be full time and then start slowly accumulating all the knowledge,
Mm.
slowly accumulating all of the equipment, slowly finding your way and finding your niche. And having some people to help guide you, whether that's Gravy for the Brain or um, the Global Voice Acting Academy, or there are so many other like wonderful groups that are very good voiceover classes that will guide you through. And you can do
Absolutely.
it at your own pace. Make sure that you are able to stay financially solvent. Don't go starving because you want to be a voice actor. It will
Mm.
take time to build up your um your base of clients and your skill level at auditioning to make it so that you are making a living doing this.
Right.
So make sure that you are able to do that and find your own balance. Don't starve for this. Be logical. Remember, it's a
Mm.
business, but
Right.
follow the passion.
Hmm. Great advice. And you gave great answers all conversation long, obviously, and I love that. I really do. We've reached the portion of my podcast that now we are going to play my interactive game, Jenna, called
Ooh,
This
fun.
or That. Okay? So it's a game I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's very simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Jenna, are you ready?
Right.
Let's rock and roll. Out of these two restaurants, if you had to choose one to eat at, which one are you going into? Are you going to go into Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes.
I like it. I like it. We off to a damn good start. Let's see if we can keep this thing going. When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on a chicken wing well, which two flavors, I should say, would you rather select? Would you rather do barbecue or lemon pepper on a chicken wing?
Mmm. Lemon pepper.
Would you rather want your wing wet or dry?
Dry.
Would you rather want your wing bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Okay. Are you a dipper? Do you like to dip your wings into ranch?
Not really a ranch person. Honestly, some of my favorite wings are from Bonchon. I like the Korean kind.
Ooh, okay. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Korean barbecue. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. These next four questions that I have for you are music concerts you rather attend. What
Mhm.
would you say is your number one genre of music, or do you listen to everything?
Ooh. I listen to a lot of different things: musical theater, jazz, indie rock, all sorts of things. Ska. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Sing.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. All right, so here we go. Out of these two artists, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Oasis, or would you rather see Panic at the Disco?
Panic at the Disco.
I'm with you on that. Okay, okay. Here we go. We're gonna keep it going. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Tame Impala, or would you rather see Hozier?
I hate to say I don't know. I don't know those ones well enough to make a choice.
Ooh. Okay,
I
okay.
don't know
I got
too
you.
well.
That's okay. I got you. I'm gonna ask this bonus one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Rihanna or Beyonce?
Mm, Rihanna.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Next one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Maroon 5, or would you rather go see Breaking Benjamin?
Maroon 5.
You took a while to ponder on that one. You have to think about that?
I had to remember what they were.
I got you. Okay, here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see, well, I should say musical theater play. How about this? Musical
Mhm.
theater play. I'm going to say this. Which musical theater play would you rather go see? Phantom of the Opera,
Mm,
or would you rather see Six?
6.
You said that really quick.
That's a
Wow.
fun one.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
I've seen Phantom so many times. I'd
I
rather see
totally
6.
understand.
It's more new. I
It
have seen
is.
6
It
twice,
is.
but I've seen Phantom 3 times.
Yeah, I'm a huge Six person over Phantom, so you definitely picked the right one for sure, Jenna. No question about that. Okay, let's go to sports. If there is a sport on TV,
Mhm.
which two sports of these are you watching? Basketball or football, if you had to choose?
Basketball.
That's my girl. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Basketball is my favorite
I
sport, by
watched
the way.
actually a lot of basketball and football when I was in high school because I was
Hmm.
in the marching band and then I was in the dance squad for the basketball season. So I went to all the games.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
haven't gone to any since.
That
But
and that's
basketball's
all
fun,
right.
fast
That's
paced.
okay. Long as you say basketball is fun, you already got me. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Which sport, if you are actively doing it, would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Badminton.
I
I'm
can
not good
totally
at it,
see you.
but
I
it's
can
fun.
totally see you out there. I really could. I could totally see you out there like swinging and hitting the birdie and like doing that. I could see you doing that. That's pretty cool. Okay. Pretty awesome. Do you like desserts?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to name four categories of desserts. You got to choose one of these that you would never eat again. Okay, so you got to eliminate one of the categories. So here we go. First category, they're grouped together, Jenna. Cake slash pies. Okay,
Mm,
the next category is cookies. The third category is candy. The last category is ice cream. Which one are you getting rid of?
candy.
Girl, you on point like a period. That's what I would say. No question. Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, if I ask you, Jenna, what is your favorite ice cream? You will say,
Mm, salted caramel.
yeah, my mother will love you. No question. She loves the salted caramel. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have all that. I am
Ooh, I
not
also
about that
really
life.
like the banana cream pie they've got at Mitchell's in Cleveland. Real good.
Okay, banana cream pie. I'm gonna keep that in mind, no doubt. Okay, I'm a cookies and cream guy, so that's me. I've always been that cookies and cream. Very
It's a
simple.
good
Put the Oreos up in there. We
one.
good. Okay. Do you like potato chips?
Yeah.
Okay, so same format. I'm gonna name four brands. You got to choose one of these brands to get rid of. You'll never eat again. So here we go. First brand is gonna be Doritos.
Mm.
The second brand is Pringles.
Hmm.
The third brand is Ruffles. The last brand is Lay's. Which one are you getting rid of?
I think the Ruffles. I don't need the
Yeah.
texture.
Oh my goodness, Jenna! I think we just fell off the damn boat. I just think so. I think
Sorry,
we we
sorry.
we've been on the boat. We've been cruising, and you know what? You've been so lovely. But hey, listen, it's okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? Listen,
I didn't
I
want to
I
say
can't
no
be perfect.
to Doritos because I actually can't have Doritos very often because my daughter's allergic to the cheese powder.
Oh wow. Well, see, I totally understand that. I
So that's
get
like a
that.
special thing for me. I can only get it sometimes. I have to have it sometimes.
Right, right. Okay, so if we're walking into a grocery store, Jenna, and I say go to the chip aisle and
Mhm.
buy your favorite chip, what are you buying?
Sun chips.
Okay, we gonna have to stick to the Korean food. We're gonna have to stick to the wings. We cannot eat chips together, girl. My quick rant before I go on to the next question. Sun chips are the fourth worst chip ever made. The fourth.
The first time
Yeah.
I ever had sun chips was
Mm,
on like a special trip that I went on with my dad.
mm.
And ever since then I've loved sun chips.
Well,
It took
shout
me
out
on
your
a
dad.
business trip with him when he went to DC when I was in 4th grade.
Wow.
First time I
Well,
ever had sun chips and I still remember.
Well, listen, your dad, I'm sure, is an absolutely wonderful man, no question. And shout out to him, no question about that. But there's still the fourth worst chip ever made. I mean, we're not even gonna get that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, what's the other three? Well,
Mhm.
I'll happily tell you. There's no question. I'll happily tell you. The third worst chip is kettle chips. Whoever
Oh yeah,
made kettle
not them.
chips, that ain't it. And all you restaurants out there and people that watch this podcast
It's
episode,
fancy. It's
don't
just not
be.
it's hard to
mm,
eat.
It's hard to eat. Don't bring no kettle chips when somebody getting a cheeseburger. Bring some fries. Ain't nobody trying to eat no kettle chips. I don't care if they barbecue or sour cream and onion. Don't bring me no damn kettle chips. I want some
Mhm.
tater tots and French fries. If you ain't bringing that, don't
Sounds
bring that.
good.
You know what I'm saying? But again, that's third worst. Second worst chip ever made is salt and vinegar. Whoever in the world made
I would say
salt and
that's the
vinegar,
worst. I can't
mm,
imagine one
mm,
that's worse than salt and vinegar.
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you in about a minute. Because salt and
Okay.
vinegar, you eat three of those, woohoo! No more. No more salt and vinegar chips at all. Okay? Now, the first worst chip ever made. I want you to pay close attention, Jenna, and the people that's watching is going to be watching this podcast. Funyuns. Whoever
Um,
in the world
I
made
don't feel like they
Funyuns,
even count as a chip.
I need y'all to understand these four words. God bless your heart if you like Funyuns. Because Lord have mercy, they the worst chip ever made. There is some other four-letter words I want to call y'all, but I'm not gonna say that on here. Okay, I'm gonna just keep that in my mind.
Yeah, I
But
feel like they're so bad they shouldn't even count in the chip category.
no, Jenna, I'm with you. But I mean, technically they are. I wish I could smack them off the shelf and step on the bag, but unfortunately, I think that they will walk me out in those silver things they call handcuffs, and I don't want. I
No,
really
no,
like
no.
my
They'd say
freedom.
you break it, you buy it, and then you'd have to own them.
Right, and see, it ain't even worth spending my money on. So I know I'm walking out of handcuffs. 'Cause ain't no way you gonna get my wallet out of my pocket. I'm not buying them. That's for sure, no question. But those are the four worst chips in my opinion, in my humble opinion, for sure. But God bless, like again, God bless your heart for liking Sun Chips. That's a very good nostalgia point that you made about your dad in the fourth grade. That's absolutely lovely. It really is. So I'm glad that you love Sun Chips. That's awesome. You did well for this or that. And
It
my
wasn't
next
hard.
question, yeah, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. You breezed right through it. And my next question is called bucket list. Okay. The reason why it's called bucket list is because I want you to speak this into existence. I want you to give me a top four of, I would say, projects that you would like to do in the future in your career. And it can be a combination of singing, they can be a combination of voiceover acting, but projects that you would like to do in your career that you haven't done yet.
Mm. I would like to have a role in an animated series where I get to sing. I want to
Okay.
combine the two. I
Mm,
want to have a role in an animated series where I get to sing in character as an animated character.
I like that. Okay.
I want to, I would love to be in a AAA video game someday. That would be so
Triple A
much
video.
fun.
Okay.
And can I tell you a really silly pie in the sky dream that I have
Yes, you
related
can.
to my career? I would love to have been in enough animation and video games that are well known enough that the cast of Critical Role knows who I am and invites me on their show.
Hmm.
And if you don't know what Critical Role is, you are not as much of a geek as I am. And that's okay. Critical Role is a live play Dungeons and Dragons game. It is probably the most well known live play Dungeons and Dragons game.
Dungeons and Dragons D&D. Okay.
And the idea of this show is that it's a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors sitting around and playing Dungeons and Dragons. So it's a giant improv thing for 4 hours a week. It's awesome.
I love it. I love the excitement in your face and your voice. And I really don't know what the hell you're talking about. And it's really
Okay.
great. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love that. I love the excitement. I do. Give me one more project that you would like to do.
I would love to. I'd love to do something with Disney someday.
Mm, I can
I
see
grew up
that.
singing all those songs from all the Disney princesses. I
Sure.
wanted to be a Disney princess, but I didn't want to like be a Disney princess. I wanted to voice a Disney princess. I knew that it was a job. That's the job I wanted.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I do have another top four for you, and that is I want you to give me your top four genres that you like to do in voiceover. And you can, that doesn't have to be in any particular order, but just give me your top four genres that you like to do.
Okay. Well, as evidenced by the previous top four, animation and video games. It's just
Mhm.
so much fun because I get to get into a role that's super juicy, but then I was not expecting when I got into voiceover. I love doing commercials,
Oh,
especially really well written commercials,
okay.
because it's like an audiobook. They're very fun. I get to play lots of roles. Take a story and make it 30 seconds. It's all that energy of a full story condensed into 30 seconds or 15 seconds. And you have to tell a whole story. And I love that. So that was an unexpected genre that I really enjoy. And I'm just, instead of the one that I'm really enjoying, I'm going to say the one I'm excited to start.
Okay.
I am going to try and get into politicals
Hmm.
this this year because there's going to be a lot of those with the midterms coming up.
Sure.
Um, and I kind of want to make a difference. And I feel like in my career, that's one way I could make a difference is by voicing politicals. So I'm learning how to do that.
I love it. I love it. Listen, attack something that is different. I live by the hashtag DTBD, which people say, what does that mean? That's a hashtag for dare to be different. You don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to just go the safe route all the time. Try something new. Try something different. Dare to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be you. Embrace you. people may not accept you. That's okay. People may not accept your hair, your glasses, your look, whatever it may be, your voice, your projects, whatever. But be you, and do it with a smile on
Right.
your face.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do. I truly do. We talked about advice you would give someone coming into this industry. I want to know though, what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Hmm. Trust yourself and connect. It came from one of my coaches. Just trust yourself. Be yourself.
Hmm.
Trust that yourself is enough and connect.
Mm, I like it. I mean, very short, very simple, to the point. You think it's easier? Well, it's definitely easier said than
Definitely
done.
easier said than done.
No question about that, right? Because we all have self doubt sometimes, and sometimes it's hard to connect. It is, I'm a person that's a natural talker, so for me, it's not very hard because I love connecting with all different kinds of people. It doesn't matter for me because I love to learn. I don't think you ever stop learning in life. The day that I stop learning in life, they might as well put me under the ground because that's just the way it is. But I love that. Trust yourself and connect. And it's trust starts with yourself. In order to trust somebody else, you got to trust yourself. In order to love somebody else, you got to love yourself.
Yep.
I really do feel that. So I definitely love that. I'm gonna get you out of here on some rapid fire. Now it's a little
Okay.
different than this or that. This or that, you would choose in something. Rapid fire is the first thing that comes into your mind based upon these questions that I ask. So, Jenna, for the last time, I'm gonna
Okay,
ask
I'm all
you, are
excited.
you
Okay.
ready?
Getting ready for the rapid fire. I'm getting ready. Okay.
All right, here we go. Chicken or ribs?
Ribs.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Juice or soda?
Juice.
Favorite color?
Burgundy.
Favorite board game?
Labyrinth.
Mm. Favorite card game?
Spit.
Say what?
Spit.
Who? A spit what?
It's a card game.
Oh, hold on. I was like, what? I ain't never,
It
I ain't
involves a
never heard
lot
of
of
that game
spatting.
before. Oh, okay. I was like, spit. I was like, hold on, spit what? I was like, I've never heard that game. That's why. Okay,
Counts is
got
also
you.
good.
Oh, okay, got you. Say less, say less. Favorite sandwich?
Grilled cheese with pickles.
Say, oh, hold, time out. Wait a minute. Say what? Grilled cheese
Delicious.
with pickles.
Yeah.
The grilled cheese part is great. Yeah, but then you said pickles.
And they have to be not that if it's going to be on my sandwich. I love a dill pickle, but if it's going to be on my grilled cheese sandwich, it has to be the sweet pickles.
Okay. Okay, Jenna. All right.
Sorry.
No,
It's
no,
how I
that's
had it
okay.
growing up.
Listen, we just gonna have to talk about musicals and stuff like that. We're gonna be limited on what the hell. We're gonna
I
be
also love
limited
a
on what the hell
Reuben.
we can eat. You said what?
I also love a Reuben.
Reuben is good. Reuben is good. Okay, that's better. All right, let me ask you. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Mm, Kahlua and cream.
Okay, it's not bad. If you had a choice to choose three people plus you, so a total of four, but three more people to join you on vacation, who would you choose and where would you go? Now, before you choose, Jenna, you could choose family, friends, or celebrities.
I mean, I got a 4-person family, and we love going
Yeah.
on vacation together. Me, Jeff, Lydia, and Annabelle.
There you go. Now, where would you go?
Probably Japan.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. Definitely want to go to Asia. That's for sure. No
Hmm.
question.
I'd love to go back to
Okay.
Kyoto. I haven't been there since my honeymoon.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Now, if you had a choice and you were stranded on an island, I should say, if you had a choice to listen to 3 artists or 3 songs on repeat and never get tired of them, what 3 artists or 3 songs would you choose to listen to?
Oh goodness. Can I just listen? Can I list a musical instead of an artist?
You sure? Sure.
Um, I'm gonna say Rent and um Into the Woods, which my husband will hate,
Mhm.
but I will love. And um I also want a Bare Naked Ladies CD.
Wow, that's a throwback band. I like that. Bare Naked Ladies. Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, what is a song that you would sing in the car that you know that you would lose your voice over, that you know every word to, that you would sing so loud for because you're so happy about it?
Oh. On the Steps of the Palace.
Mm, okay. Now, who sings that?
Huh?
Who sings that on the steps of the palace?
Cinderella from Into the Woods.
Ooh, Into the Woods. Okay,
Tell
I
what my
like
brain
that.
is lately.
I definitely can tell, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, let me ask you this: if you wasn't doing singing or teaching, or in the sense of voice acting, what other occupation would you choose to go down, path to go down, and why?
If I wasn't acting or singing or teaching, I don't know. Those are the only things I've ever wanted to do.
Is there something else
I would
something else that you
probably
do
be
really well?
pretty good. I would probably be pretty good with computers. My husband's been trying to get me to learn how to do computer programming for a while.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I like that. I do. I like that. If they came to you and said, Jenna, we love the fact that you love musicals and love singing about musicals, but we want you to do karaoke. What is your top 5 karaoke songs?
You're going to hate me for this, but one of my favorite things to do for karaoke is to make everyone go, "What?" and sing Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera. But I will also um
Wow.
I also like singing Chandelier.
By Sia?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. So I like that. That's a good song, Chandelier.
Or No Way from Six.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's 3. Okay, give me 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. Karaoke's hard because I keep on wanting to do the musical theater stuff and keep on thinking that people aren't going to want to hear the musical theater stuff at karaoke.
I guarantee you, you sing that Phantom of the Opera, people might walk out. I would just tell you that right now. Not because of your voice, but they be like, what in the hell is this? What's going
It's
on?
like, what is she singing? Ha, ha, ha,
Right,
ha. Oh my
right,
God.
right.
Let's see. I would also sing Istanbul. Istanbul,
Mm,
Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. But I know it's circuit to light on a moon. Like that one. Um, I have weird taste in music, or maybe something by Belle and Sebastian, if they have it.
okay, okay. I'm with you on that. Now listen, when you said Sia, Sia is one of my favorite artists, no question about that. I'm a huge Sia fan. I definitely don't mind her. Elastic Heart is one of my favorite songs of hers. I don't know if you know that particular one. But also Titanium, which is another one of hers, is one of my
Good
favorite.
one.
Yes. No question about that for sure. Now, last of the rapid fire. If there was a city that you would like to be in to do work outside of DC or what you do now, what city would you want to be in to do your voiceover work and sing?
LA. It's the place to be. It's where all the work is. Either that or Dallas. I could do some anime.
Oh, so you like anime, huh?
I do.
Okay, are you a Naruto fan? A Naruto fan?
Yeah. I haven't watched Naruto in a while, but I watched it back in the early 2000s. I was watching it.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
up to date on it, but I am up to date on One Piece. I've watched all of it.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen,
Pretty
that's all
amazing.
right. I bet. I absolutely love and dig everything about you, Jenna. It is amazing. Now, listen, you are absolutely amazing at what you do and the passion that you speak with about what you do as far as singing, voice acting goes, and then you're teaching as well. I really am blessed to have you on here on my platform of Work Hard, Play Harder. Gave great advice, great story, great why, and you have a great family from your husbands to your daughters, and obviously you're a great mom, great wife, great daughter, all the above. And I wish you nothing but continued success out there in DC. My final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about the industry, yourself, or anything at all before we conclude?
One thing that a lot of people are asking about with voiceover in the last years is AI going to take over?
Right.
Nah, I don't think so. I think that AI is going to take some of the really low end jobs, the people who didn't want to pay us that much anyway. I think that it's going to become a tool, but I think that people want the human connection. And the more that voice actors can build their ability to connect and to show humanity through their voice, the better they'll do in a world that is yearning for connection to real humans. I don't think AI is going to take that away.
Be very hard for robotics to take away that human connection, right? Or some kind of system to be laid out to take away that human connection. It'd be hard. So I love that. With that being said, I want you to enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening and your week. You and I will most certainly be in touch. Once again, thank you for hopping on my podcast and have a wonderful night.
You have a great night. I wish you all the best, Chris.
Thank you so much, Jenna. I appreciate you.